Well, here's kind of a weird video. Never done nothing like this before. So there's a YouTuber, calls himself Cleetus McFarland, and very well-known guy, very likable guy, young guy, 20s. I think he's 29, based off what I found online. So I'm looking at Dick Algar in Future Forecasting Group, their latest information about how they do at the end of the month for the next month, or the near future event thing. At the end of the month, they're trying to find, by remote viewing, what's the top headlines going to be in the near future. So I watched theirs, from January to February, at the end of January, and it was Dick's turn to go, and he says what he says, and then he goes, there's going to be a young guy, too young to die, really likable, a lot of people know him, real sad story, major accident, crash, not sure if it's car related or aircraft related, can't really tell, but it's going to be bad, it's going to be really missed and mourned, and a lot of people, and then he just, Dick will tend to sketch stuff if he sees the person or whatever, in his viewing. So he sketches the guy's face, just his face. And I'm watching this, I go, oh my God, I'm telling you right now, that's Cleetus McFarland. I think his real name is Lawrence, but anyways. So, oh my God, I think that's Cleetus McFarland. Man, damn it, I feel like I'm sure it is deep inside, but for sure I can't say that, And I'm like, man, that whole night, I tossed and turned all night long. All night long, all night. And I was like, man, God, I feel like I know it's him, but I don't, I can't say that. And I'm like, yeah, he's got he's a young guy, his wife's, got a wife and a young kid, and a real young kid. I think he just has one kid, and I think it's a little girl if I recall. I watch his stuff every now and then, and, he's into big time racing at the drag strip, and, he's got an MD-500 helicopter. It's the helicopter I'd love to have. That's my next, I feel like that's going to be my next upgrade when either cryptos go up a little bit more or, something, whatever. So, he ended up getting one and getting it rebuilt and everything. Real nice helicopter. So I'm like, I can relate to this guy. He is a nice guy. He is all these things Dick described, and he said, yeah, he's got tattoos on his arm. I go, I don't know if he's got tattoos. So I look it up, just Googled it. There's pictures. Yeah, he's got tattoos on his arm. Son of a gun. Okay, man, he's checking off all the boxes. And I'm like, should I go down there? He's down in Sarasota, just hour or so drive from Tampa. And I'm like, it'd be kind of weird. You'd show up down there and try to warn someone that it might be them who's going to be in a horrible crash and die. And you can't say for sure it's going to be them anyways, but you think it is. Like, how do you approach somebody that doesn't know you? You don't know them, but you're trying to save their life because you think it's them. Again, not 100% sure, but I feel like I know it, All he has to do is not drive. Don't get involved in the races. Stay out of the races. Let somebody else drive your cars. And I feel like I'm sure and certain he knows people around him, because he worked with a lot of people at his place there, at his shop and everything, that are probably qualified to drive his car, that he would let do that. And he's got one in particular. I think it has, they gave it a name, but I don't remember. And it's a tube built, welded tubes. Not exactly a dune buggy, but it kind of looks like a dune buggy. And it's really fast. I mean, it'd make my Tesla Plaid look like it wasn't even racing, fast. And I just feel like, if the faster the car, the higher the chances if something goes wrong, you're going to be going so fast, you're going to crash, maybe die. So, I don't know if it's that car or not, but the bottom line is, I was thinking about it again last night, tossing and turning last night. And I go, I ended up calling Dick a couple days ago or so. I sent him pictures. I said, dude, I think this is him. You know, here's a little information about him, and, you know, sent some pictures of him from just what I found online. And Dick calls me back. He goes, hey, Joe, man, I think I tried to get a hold of this guy. I think it sure looks like what I drew. I go, yeah, he does. You know, and again, Dick's not the greatest artist you ever saw, but there was enough there. And Cleetus has kind of what you might call a long face, you know, like, what? Why the long face? He's kind of got a long face, a little bit, you know. So he just has an appearance you could pick out in a crowd of people. Like, oh, there he is. You know, you see him right away. He's that kind of guy, you know, just has that kind of, you know, face and whatever. And not to say that there's anything bad about it, but it's just, it's a little unique, more unique than the average person, you know. So he stands out. That's, I think, why when he drew him, even though his drawings aren't great, oh my God, I think that's him. So I'm on my way now to jump to the end of the story here. I'm driving down there. I called Evelyn. I go, all right, I just dropped Ian off at his VPK thing, you know. And I explained I said, I'm going to go down here and try to get a hold of this guy. And I got the video saved from Dick, you know, that section on my phone. And if I can get a hold of him and just share it with him and say, look, you know, I can't say for certain this is you. I can't. But I really think it is. It all makes sense. You do a lot of drag racing. You know, you do flying a little bit here and there, but a lot of drag racing. And you check off all these boxes. And it's killing me knowing that if it's you and you pass, your young daughter or whatever, your kid, you know, it's not going to be with the father, man. And in particular, your wife might have to remarry and then have a new dad, you know, and it's not her real dad. And I just think about those things because, you know, I was in a plane crash myself in that Lancer. And after the fact, you think of all these things like, oh man, my little boy, he's 5. Now he's 5, but then he was 3, just about to turn 4. And would even remember me, you know. I mean, he's only 3 and 4. Like, you don't usually have memories that far back. Most people, maybe 4, certainly 5 you do typically. But anyways, you know, I'm like, all those things run through your mind. So now that I've experienced that and somehow miraculously walked away from that, and I shouldn't have, I feel like I have the chance to pass it along to somebody else. Hey, here's a chance to, you know, not die. And the only thing is, his whole YouTube channel, this is what he does. This is what he, you know, you do what you love what you do. He's out there racing cars, drag strip, bought himself a little nice little property with an airport, airstrip, grass field, you know, like building a house. He's got his house being built. You know, he's living the dream, man. And, you know, you love seeing that. I mean, like I say, I want everybody to win, man. Cryptos, that's why I do the crypto stuff. Been doing it for years, telling you guys what I'm doing. You know, and again, I do have a Patreon, that subscription, so I don't just come out and tell you every single thing. But usually it gets to the point where I go, okay, we're getting close enough. Let me go ahead and tell you guys this prophetic dream I got. And, you know, they happen, you know. I did not get a prophetic dream about Cleetus McFarland. That came from Dick, but when I saw it, it shocked me to my core and made me think so much, this is him. I gotta try. All I can do is go there, and if I sound like a complete weirdo idiot to the guy, and he's like, yeah, thanks, but no thanks, dude. I'm not gonna drive. That's what I do. I'm driving, you know. Hey, okay. At least it's off my chest. I said what I had to say. The burden's off me now, because I feel like there's a burden right now that I've had 2 nights of restless sleep thinking about this. And it is what it is. And yes, I have thought about, what if he does let someone else drive his car? And I'm going to tell him for the next 3 months, I would not drive. Just stay away from it for 3 months, you know, if you can. And, but I have thought about, well, what if he does let someone else drive and they get in an accident, they die? Now you've spared his life, and now someone else is going to mourn that they shouldn't have been mourning because you saved his life, but the other, you know, believe me, I've run all these scenarios through my head, and I'm thinking, well, if someone else drives the car, are they going to do the exact same thing that he would have been doing at the exact same time, pressing the gas pedal at the same time and steering the car down this drag strip at, 200 mile an hour at the exact same time and reacting the same way as him? No. So I feel like that little difference of whatever that is could be all the difference in the world, and maybe nobody has to die, but I'm feeling so strong right now that I gotta warn this guy. I'm willing to accept whatever, does or doesn't happen, because it's not painful, but it's like, it's sad. Like, I have a sad feeling in my heart, like almost like it's already happened, and I can already feel the mourning, and like it hasn't happened yet. So I'm going, just get your ass down there, do what you do, say what you say. He can look at you like you're the biggest weirdo in the world, or he may say, hey, I've been having this weird feeling lately, or I had a dream recently, who knows, so I'm going there, and I just figured I'd let you guys know what I'm doing today just for the hell of it. And I'm not quite halfway there, but I'm getting close to halfway. And if I get a hold of him and talk to him, maybe I'll do another video and say, hey, this is how it went. Matter of fact, even if I don't, I'll still do an update video. Hey, I got down there and blah blah blah. This is how it went. So on that note, wish me luck. And if by chance one of you guys, somebody's like, oh, I know him, like I really know him, I've got his phone number, or like I can get a hold of him, man, go to my website, realistnews.net, hit that contact form, which it's the only thing that'll show up in your face anyways. Hit that contact form and just tell me right away, and I'll that way maybe I'll call you, and then you can call him and just say, hey, this guy wants to talk to you, his name's Joe, and you should hear what he has to say, and just kind of set up something. But I don't know that any of you guys know him, but it's worth a shot of asking. So I've been to his website, contacted every email address I could find on there, and I had one reply from like the person that handles their their online payments, and they're like, we can't even contact them. I don't know how to contact them. We just handle their payments for the website. So they at least got my email, but the other two emails on this site, they didn't reply at all. And I went and checked the video, and there's only one view on it because it's private video. I put up a video to explain, what I want to tell them and show them. And that one view was me making sure it played back and it was edited right and all that. So I'm like, man, you really didn't get this email? No one thought they should look at this, so I'm like, I'm just going down there. I don't care, I'm not gonna be embarrassed or anything else. I don't care. I'm gonna go try. So anyways, wish me luck and take care.